Welcome to Wrestling Over Everything, ladies and gentlemen. We are a very funny wrestling podcast out of the Central Valley of California. I'm Andrew, that's Dusty.
Hey.
Follow us on all the stuff. YouTube, TikTok, those are the big ones. I'd say YouTube / favorite podcast app if you're nasty. But TikTok, we're putting a lot of stuff out there now. It's been fun. I'm like diversifying. And we're on Blue Sky and Twitter and Instagram. Wherever you want to go, we're probably there. We got a really fun topic today, but first, a couple weeks ago, Dusty, I got you a birthday present. And for those of you who don't know, Dusty and I have done more than 200 podcast episodes with each other. And one tradition that we have is we get each other ridiculous gifts for birthdays and Christmas. It's been a couple years.
Yeah, I think it's at least 2 years running, I think.
Yeah. So,
feels right.
I got Dusty something a couple weeks ago. Could you hold it up for me, Dusty?
Yeah. Well, it's not going to look like much here. You know,
it's so stupid. It's a miniature, wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube guy, is what they called it. Because if they said man, Family Guy would sue them. Apparently.
Here's a box of the wacky. This is the promise on the box.
Yeah,
is that he's this guy. I don't want to take you to task for my birthday. Yeah. I did what any adult man would do, and I went to Dave & Buster's just to hang out.
That's rad.
Because I'm super cool. I've never been.
One. Me neither.
Yeah, it was good that I got a gift card because I found out not my speed. It is like I have a problem with it, so you would definitely have it's loud as shit. In the Dave & Buster's.
Yeah, well, is it is it louder than Casino loud? Is it worse than Casino?
I'd say comparable, and there's like flashing lights and all the shit that you don't like.
Just trigger my autism.
Yeah, is all like Andrew used to have a real problem. We used to work together, and we'd go on walks on our break, and if a Lord forbid a fire truck go by us. Andrew's note to fire trucks: "Hey, you got to be that loud?" ?
They just don't like it. Listen, there's levels to emergencies, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if there's a cat in a tree, I don't need you to be at 100,000 decibels.
Yeah, it's so yeah. I don't recommend. Also, it's just like it's Chuck E. Cheese. It's the same thing, except they have newer bullshit games.
I feel like I gotta go once though. I feel like I gotta check it out.
You know, but they sell the wacky waving inflatable tube man, and it's quite a few thousand points. He's probably more points than what you paid for this tube man.
Yeah,
but
I really broke the bank for this.
Yeah. If anybody's been following, a couple weeks ago, it was homework for me to make this wacky waving inflatable tube man work. You need a screwdriver. You need batteries that are not included with it,
and they're exotic batteries too. C's. Nobody's got C's.
It's a tough one. So, but let us not say that we don't load the Chekhov's wacky waving inflatable tube man and not deliver.
Yeah, so, we're always going to deliver.
I have yet to activate this. This is the first time on the podcast. It is currently set to off.
Just so everybody knows, there was a chart on the Amazon thing that I found after Dusty had found it. That was like, if you want it to be wacky, kind of like, you buy these batteries. If you want it to be wacky waving, you buy these batteries. Don't ever buy these other batteries. The batteries that I bought Dusty, because I sent Dusty some batteries, they weren't on the chart. So this is probably about to be the most flaccid tube man that anybody's ever seen.
We're maybe getting wacky. We're maybe getting wavy. I'm not holding my breath for either. So we're in the opposition. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Turning it to battery. Oh, I hear him. There he goes.
Oh! He's wacky.
And he's waving. He's doing his best.
Listen, I'm telling you, he's trying. I'm proud of him. Proud of him.
All right.
A
Give him
little
a
louder.
give
It's
him
a
a
little louder than I
give him a
remember.
rest. Yeah, I was planning to put this on my desk at work. I don't think I could do that.
He's
I,
tired. You
I
should. You should just for okay. So you have it on your desk at work. You don't have it on. It's just sitting there.
yeah,
Somebody comes over, like a coworker with papers, to ask you a question or something, and you go, "Wait, hold on,
just
one second," and then you turn it on.
just flick him on. He's actually my attorney. He has to witness this signature.
You'll have to speak directly into my tube guy.
I I might activate the tube man around the cats, see what they do with him.
Oh, he'll
See
be
how
dead, and he's gonna be. You're just putting a hit out on this guy, dude.
our cats are passive, so I don't know that the tube man's in danger.
My
Uh,
cat he would walk out of the room for like 3
yeah,
seconds, and then he'd come back with a machete or
he's
or a machine
Jorge
gun.
Masvidaling
Yeah,
your wacky waving inflatable tube man. All
yeah.
right,
Rest in peace, Ben Askren.
yeah, that's you know what? That was a lot of fun. I'm glad you sent me that.
It
I
worked
got
out.
I I got a birthday's worth of enjoyment out of that
That
wacky waving.
that battery will work for about 10 seconds of tube manning further.
Yeah, that's
but
that's a Discman level of battery drain that's
yeah.
happening. Put on the anti skip. I've got nothing. You
Yeah.
know. All right. So again, we deliver on promises made, promises delivered in the Wrestling Over Everything administration.
You're welcome.
We do
Everybody.
it. So we're not here to just discuss. Well, we're here to discuss another wacky waving inflatable tube man. You could you could argue.
Well, he was wacky and wavy because he couldn't see.
Because he couldn't
Is
see.
that what you're
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, and he had a tube. What is a snake if not a tube?
What's a snake if not a tube?
He just carries a tube in his sack the whole time.
If a hot dog can be a sandwich, a snake is a tube. You know,
a snake is just an animate tube. That's all it is.
We're discussing today Jake the Snake Roberts versus Rick Martel. I was thinking about this, Andrew. This might be the first wrestling angle that I ever saw in the timeline of my watching of pro wrestling.
So wait. Yeah, that makes sense because you were about 6 at the time.
Yeah. So
that makes sense. Okay.
I saw Jake the Snake randomly on a Saturday night's main event tape that my grandma had when I was staying with my grandma because my mom was in jail. Pretty dark times.
That's so sick.
for the Dustman.
Dude, but having a mom in jail and a grandma with a Saturday night's main event tape, I understand why you ended up being a cool guy. You know
Yeah. She lived in a trailer that was not in a trailer park, like in a mobile home park. It was parked elsewhere.
A rogue trailer. It was loose.
It was just on the streets. I know exactly where it is. There's a Rainbow Drive-In restaurant where my grandma used to park her RV.
That's so sick.
History.
Do you know who your grandma's favorite wrestler was?
I don't know, actually. I know she watched wrestling and she liked it, and I think.
Why don't we get her on the phone?
Well, Lois is in the great squared circle in the sky. Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to speak to it. You know?
I'd like to think she is.
Yeah. She did burn me with a cigarette once, but I don't hold that against her.
That was her at her lowest point.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to give me one, and I found it. You gave it to me immediately, Dusty.
So I'd seen Jake the Snake, and I decided this guy has a snake.
Because her name was Lois. Dusty.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
I see.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was her lowest point.
Yeah,
that was her lowest point.
Well, goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
I've now gone blind, much like Jake the Snake in this angle. So I'd seen him on Saturday night's main event. I'm like, this guy has a snake. This guy has a mustache. This guy looks pretty cool. He's my guy, right? And then I remember watching an episode of WWF Superstars where Ultimate Warrior is the champion. So that would put us strictly on the back end of 1990. And I remember watching Mr. Perfect defeat the Texas Tornado to regain the Intercontinental title. And that is in November or maybe December of 1990. So we're right in the pocket.
Listen, this. I wonder if you are like conflating memories that you like. Those things happened at like. I don't remember. Like I remember certain things that I watched 50 times when I
brother.
was younger.
Look, I've
I don't
got one.
understand this.
I've got one thing, and it's this thing.
It's my one ticket to. It's my one ticket to paradise, bro.
Yeah. Look, this is my one ticket to fame and fortune. No, I was in my living room. I remember being very upset because the $1 Million Man helped Mr. Perfect. They cheated, and I was very upset that.
Damn it! I hate it when they cheat.
And so, but I didn't. This is when I start getting into it. So I'd never seen any angles like it played out. So when they, we'll get to it. But I was deeply affected by this storyline.
I can't. When I blinked and realized that this storyline lasted like 8 months, I could not believe that they got this much time out of this storyline.
Well, you gotta remember there's only 4 pay-per-views a year at this point.
That's true, yeah.
So, like, this would have been blown off at Backlash or Night of Champions or whatever if we were in today. You blind a man, the next month you wrestle that man, everything is taken care of. But no,
he gets kicked by a mule, his eyes go back again.
Stretch. We got to stretch it out.
Fuck, Jake the Snake had to be blind for that long.
Yeah.
I bet he was so fucking mad.
So, just a little bit of backstory. Rick Martel has been in the WWF for like many, many years, and he's been a babyface essentially this whole time. He was mostly a tag team wrestler. He had won the tag team titles with Tony Garea. He'd won the tag team titles with Tito Santana in a team called Strike Force. Pretty cool name. And
it's also a very, very fun MMA organization back in the day.
Yeah. But he decided that he's like, I've done everything I can do as a babyface. I want to turn heel. And Vince McMahon and Pat Patterson were like, we don't see it. Everybody loves you. You're French Canadian. What's there about you to hate?
He's really French Canadian.
He is really French Canadian. Yes.
Okay. Because his accent seems to go in and out sometimes, but I don't know.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, so he quits the WWF. And it's like, well, I'll just go work somewhere else. And they called him back a few days later, and they're like, fine, you want to do the heel turn? We're turning Macho Man right now. So we don't want to turn Macho Man and turn you stars of a similar level.
We can't turn both of our top guys.
Yeah. So they're like, just give us a little while and we'll work it out. So at WrestleMania 5, he officially turns heel. He abandons Tito Santana, his tag team partner, which ignites a legendary beef that we can also talk about a little bit. But after that, he realizes they're not really doing anything with him. So he's like, well, I'm going to bounce again. And so he leaves again, and he like then
the lack of loyalty of the French.
The baby face always leaving the company he works for. So and then they call him a couple weeks later, and I was watching an interview with Rick Martel, and he's like, essentially Vince McMahon was like, hey, the WWF doesn't need Rick Martel, and we know Rick Martel doesn't need the WWF, but like, can we work something out?
Wait, why does Rick Martel not need the WWF? Just
because
he
can go get booked in Japan. He'd probably go to the NWA at that point. Rick Martel's a well-known wrestler. And so he comes back, and they kind of start this idea of the model, who like, oh, he could be this cocky, arrogant, no pun intended, heel. And so they start kind of flushing that idea out. In 1990. So Jake the Snake, on the other hand, I would put in 90, I would put him third on the babyface chart as far as the WWF guys. It goes Hogan, Warrior, Jake. And then Hogan and Warrior are not flipped, but Warrior is the WWF champion, even though Hulk is still the top guy. But Jake is solid third babyface, I would say, in the company.
Okay.
And he's been a babyface since 1987. And people like he's had big feuds with Andre. He's had big feuds with Ted DiBiase. This is kind of a low point for Jake the Snake. Not before this. I mean, this is high art, but
this is as good as it ever got for Jake the Snake.
Yeah, before this, he's in a feud with Bad News Brown. And one of the big things that always happens is like Jake's got Damien, the boa constrictor. So what is the heel? The heel needs to equalize this somehow. And they gave Bad News Brown sewer rats, quote unquote sewer rats from Harlem
Yeah.
that are ravenous for snake meat. So now, to my knowledge,
no, they'll get it. Those sewer rats eat snakes, don't they?
Yeah. We all know the common lore. Sewer
they
rats.
Never gave anybody a mongoose.
I don't believe so. Ricky Steamboat, when Jake was a heel, Ricky Steamboat had a Komodo dragon, which is also pretty sick. But
I don't like lizards, man. I'm not a lizard guy.
Oh man, now I'm gonna have to hurt one of your old lizards.
Now I'm gonna have to hurt one of your lizards.
So, but
Hannibal Buress.
They don't really show the sewer rats. It's always like in a cage, and the cage is rattling around, but they can't show giant mutated sewer rats on television because those don't exist.
There's a mongoose, dude.
Mongoose would be but that's gonna really kill the snake.
So fucked Damien up. Dude.
Yeah, that's no good. So that feud is not a high point for Jake the Snake. So he's coming off of that feud, but he's still one of the top baby faces in the Federation at this time. So that gives us a little bit heading into this thing. So there are, to my mind, 3 principal characters involved in this storyline. There's Jake the Snake, the model Rick Martel, and Brother Love.
Hold on, dude.
Those are our guys. Okay.
Hold on. Fucking, is this Bad News Brown?
They did. What is that? Is that a possum?
It looks like a possum, bro. And it's a really bad picture. I'm trying to find a better picture of it. Yeah, this dude just straight up has a possum in his hand, and he's calling it a mutant rat. Harlem sewer rat. Is what he's calling it. Holy shit!
I don't think possum beats a boa constrictor. I think that's like prime, like Damien. That's prime time for Damien.
Damien's probably licking his chops. You know what I mean? But
aren't possums passive?
God, there are no pictures on the internet of these possums where it doesn't look like some fucking grainy Bigfoot footage.
It's 1990, dude.
Like, look at this, dude.
Okay, I never saw this because this was before I watched on a regular basis. So
he's just grabbing possums out of trash cans,
dude. That's terrific.
Wrestling's the best, dude.
Yeah, that's that feud now gets 5 stars from me. So Bad News Brown and Jake have a pretty terrible match at SummerSlam 1990. That's the end of Bad News Brown in the WWF, I believe. He leaves. It's a take your sewer rats and go home match.
Yeah, I'm taking my sewer rats and getting the fuck out of here, bro.
But I think those are our principles. It's Jake, Martel, Brother Love, right? What do you think of the model Rick Martel as like an idea for a gimmick?
It's Gorgeous George. I mean, it's very, very, very similar to Gorgeous George. I'm not going to say they fully like ripped off Gorgeous George, but it's obviously a very similar gimmick to him. I love, like, I even liked, like, I wish Lex Luger sometimes would have went a little bit harder at the I'm prettier than you stuff. Like, I love the I'm prettier than you stuff. I love that everybody's disgusting and I'm hot stuff, especially when you're like a chicken shit heel. I like that he's French, so he stinks, but he thinks everybody else stinks. I like the subtle xenophobia involved in that. Big fan. And I like that his perfume stinks, you know?
Yeah, that's a big part of this is that the commentators and like he does an interview with Mean Gene Okerlund where Mean Gene Okerlund essentially calls the arrogance toilet water. It's like that smells like toilet water, and then Bobby Heenan's like Gene Okerlund authority on toilet water. So, yeah, I think Everybody Stinks is very funny. It's a
Yeah.
it gets a little dicey when he's like, Coco Beware stinks. And and he's like, that
Listen,
bird stinks. You know,
it's if the, first of all, if the bird stinks, I mean, birds are
birds do
stinky.
stink. Yeah, yeah,
Second of all, if he's saying everybody stinks, he's
yeah.
also saying those guys stink. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? If he's only going, okay, you know who stinks? Coco Beware, Bad News Brown, Kamala,
Yeah, that's
Farouk.
yeah.
I don't even know if he's here yet, but he stinks. If he's
yeah.
doing that, then we have a problem.
Yeah. Well, it was just his first example was like Coco Beware stinks, and I was like, and then he's like Jake the Snake also stinks. Oh, okay.
Thank God. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're even out.
Yeah, so I like Everybody Stinks. I think Rick Martel, whenever he dials it in and he's wearing like the suit jacket with no shirt on underneath, that's very funny.
Yeah, I'm into that with the sunglasses and everything.
Yeah. Where are you at on Jake? Before we talk to Angle.
Jake the Snake is legitimately one of my favorite wrestlers ever. Just him walking in like the baddest motherfucker who ever lived.
Yeah.
With a snake thrown over his shoulder. I don't think he needed the snake. I understand that like it helped with kids for sure.
Yeah.
Kids are like, oh man, he's got a snake. Like you said it yourself. I think Jake could have just been like a rogue badass. He could have been like what DDP should have been, you know? During the NWO time, they could have had just Snake, the Jake being like the almost like new, what is it, chaotic neutral, you know? Guy. And but his promos are really good. His demeanor is really cool. The mustache is amazing with the hair. I like the way he walks. I like the way he moves. He's a real man. We don't like every real man in wrestling right now is a Viking. And it's annoying as hell. We don't just get like every American in wrestling is like an operatic like douchebag. You know what I mean? Not all of them, but you know what I mean. It's like we just I want a hairy chested. I guess. Well, I'm trying to think. Rick Boogs.
yeah, that's your guy.
That's my guy, I guess.
We need more bastions of masculinity, such as the Disco Inferno. to be in pro wrestling.
Such as Rick Martel and the Disco Inferno.
I think Jake, he just exudes whatever that X factor is. Like you said, like he's just cool. And he could have
been a movie star, man. I truly think he could have.
You could have lost the snake, but the snake definitely adds something to the presentation. Yeah, suit jacket.
There's a great picture of Rick Martel.
That's funny. Suit jacket's funny. I think like it's weird to look at Jake the Snake as a babyface because you're like, all right, tall, lanky guy. He's got a look, but he could definitely pull off a dirtbag pretty easily. He's got a snake, and he makes references to the devil constantly. Like the snake's named Damien. He's always talking about the powers of good and evil and being on the dark side and all this. And he's like a giant baby face. So that's just a credit to the pure charisma of Jake the Snake Roberts.
He had a line in one of his. We'll talk about it. Yeah, he has a line. He has a line later on that's one of my favorite lines that a wrestler's ever said, and it's just so corny and stupid. He is Snake Plissken. He's Jake the Snake Plissken.
Yeah, that's there's another one. I had the poster. I didn't have this poster, but I have the poster where he's like kind of in profile and he has green tights on and he has the snake wrapped around him. And I like, that is a weird picture for a baby face to be selling. Is like, no, I'm a good guy here.
He's almost a little homoerotic sometimes, and I'm okay with it. You know?
Yeah, it's I think he's just an odd example of a babyface, except he's got so much charisma. Like you said, it just works for him. That's the one.
That's the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
He seems like legitimately your fun uncle.
Yeah.
Like, he's kind of a weird guy. He's got some hobbies. He's got the snake going on.
He's got stepdad energy for sure. Stepdad, fun uncle.
Yeah. But he would also like beat the daylights, beat the dog shit out of anybody who looked at you twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he's got your back. He's fiercely loyal. Like that's the guy that I see.
He's got a Camaro for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then there's Brother Love. Brother Love is played by Bruce Pritchard, who's a longtime wrestling personality, WWE, TNA. He's been everywhere. He's worked for WWF off and on since 1987. This is by far his most like well-known and beloved character. I think Brother Love works for me because of my upbringing. Like televangelism, I understand, I think, what he's going for. Obviously, as a kid, I didn't really get it, but like smarminess and like the condescending of all of that stuff, like it really works, even if Pritchard as a performer is way over the top.
It's the underbelly of evil under the veil of righteousness. And like he doesn't really try to hide the evil very much.
Yeah.
And I understand the red face. It drives me nuts. I know what he's doing because like all those Southern preachers would get all sweaty and red.
Yeah, it's all Jim Barnett and Jim Baker and all that.
And who did I have in my head? I can't remember what the guy's name. I thought his name was Jim too. I think they're all named Jim.
There's some Benny Hinn in there. Like it's all the same dude, huckster dudes, like you said, under the guise of love, but they're clearly like nefarious and evil.
Yeah, 100%.
So I like all those characters work, and I think it's a good mixture. So the impetus for this angle takes place on the Brother Love show. I'm interested to know the internal logic. Like as a babyface, why would you go on the Brother Love show? Like clearly he's not he's not arguing in good faith. It's like I guess for rage baiting, maybe. It's like whenever somebody debates someone on Fox News, why would you go on that show?
Listen, you gotta sell your book somehow.
I guess so, yeah.
Try to get a viral video out of it. Every once in a while you get to DDT him,
Yeah. So the Rick Martel's on there talking about arrogance, talking about how everyone in the WWF is ugly and he's beautiful, and he's spraying the arrogance around. And Rowdy Piper and Vince McMahon are on the commentary, and they're just talking about how much it stinks. And Brother Love keeps calling him Brother Model, which I think is funny. Jake comes out because the real crux of this feud is, I guess it is like Jake is there to defend his honor, because they keep saying that Jake and Damien stink. And like
he is he wants you to make sure that you fucking know that this snake doesn't stink.
Yeah,
like, snakes can't stink. They don't even sweat. They're cold-blooded.
Look, as if you would have went to a zoo, you'd know they don't have sweat glands. They're amphibians.
Yeah. Well, you never went on a field trip, you sack of shit.
You're too busy. Yeah, he says if something stinks, it's either Brother Love's upper lip or it's the wide back seat he has, which and which gets a huge reaction. People are like, "Hell yeah, your ass stinks, Brother Love."
Yeah, you got a big stinky ass.
I don't know if this is the line that you're referring to, but Jake the Snake says this line: "I've always been a hired gun for my own stable. I am what Cain was to Abel."
Yeah, dude.
If he's a hired gun for his own stable, isn't he just hiring himself?
It's a tax thing. Sometimes even the owner of the business has to pay the individual himself as an individual employee of the business.
Jake the Snake is the Damien is his lawyer, and he's
One
like,
hand is washing the other.
I gotta move some money around in my Jake the Snake Roberts shell companies. They've been trying.
Listen, he fights for one man, and that man is Jake.
Yeah, the IRS has been trying to get him for years, like Capone.
If you open the thing, Damien has one of those like clear green visor hats on
Mhm.
and a little cigarette in his mouth.
He's like, look, I see that you're I see that you're deducting my food as a business expense, but this bag is also a business expense. You could,
Yeah. You gotta write that shit off, dog. What are you doing?
Yeah,
I can have a much bigger cage.
Don't take the standard deduction, Jake. I'm telling you, if you take your 1040 and you itemize,
Yeah.
you have any idea how many mice I eat? I'm doing this for you.
At this point, cocaine could probably be a business expense as well.
Yeah.
You should probably think about that. By the way, Rod Parsley is the guy that I was thinking.
Yes,
that
Rod
is
Parsley.
the televangelist I was thinking. It was driving me nuts. But he used to be a real sweaty guy too. The Rod Parsley.
I was what Kane was to Abel is just so Jake's a murderer, right? He's a hired gun and he's a murderer.
He fights for one man, and that man is Jake.
I fight for one man, Jake, and I fight for one corporation, DDT Incorporated.
DDT Incorporated.
Limited Liability Corporation. We're set up in Wilmington, Delaware. Yes, it's for tax purposes.
Out at Snake Core.
Dude, Snake Core is where like Cobra Commander, Snake Plissken, Jake the Snake Roberts.
It's a shell company that goes all over.
It's a
different ones.
It's actually a WeWork. Jake was way ahead of his time. It's just a bunch of offices where, as long as you're Snake affiliated, you can do they have a desk for you.
Yeah, the password is
one, which looks like a snake, kind of. But the whole time Jake's talking, Martel is spraying the bag with arrogance, and Jake kind of catches him a few times, but he doesn't do anything to stop it.
Because Jake secretly hates this snake. This is well documented.
Yeah,
but also you know Damien's in there going, "You son of a bitch! He's spraying me! He's spraying me, Jake!
I smell now because of this.
You're gonna let him do this to me, you bastard! You know we sleep in the same room. You keep me in this bag all the time. Let this French guy spray me. You know I can just wrap around his throat immediately.
Yeah, you know I can kill you also, right?
Yeah, I'll kill everybody in this room. God damn it!
Jake gets
better not let me out of this bag.
You better hope I don't ever get out of this bag.
This now stinky ass bag.
Jake gets sprayed in the eyes one time, and whatever is in this perfume atomizer is so devastating to the body that it destroys Jake the Snake's eyes.
I don't know if there's a substance on the planet that could fuck Jake's eyes up as bad as, like, he should just sell that. Screw a perfume.
Yeah.
He should sell that to the bomb squad.
Yeah.
SWAT team.
You take barnacles off a boat with arrogance. Yeah. So then we get an appearance from the big boss man who chases off.
So funny. I just, you forget that you have a cop wrestler. As soon as Jake, by the way, Big Boss Man obviously does not work the animal cruelty beat because he didn't do shit.
Yeah,
this guy's just spraying Damien in the face.
Secretly, he hates snakes too. He's been hoping.
I just loved watching fucking because listen, I haven't watched wrestling from this era in a long time. Ray Traylor has not crossed my eyes in a while. So like, as soon as Jake gets it in the eyes and falls over and he's rolling over and he's screaming and stuff, and then Big Boss Man runs in. I'm like, what the fuck is Boss Man gonna do? And he's literally like looking around trying to clear the area, and he's still twirling his little baton around.
Move along. Nothing to see.
Nothing to see here.
Well, and then he does what you should do with any trauma victim. Trauma to Jake's eyes. He takes like a pitcher of cold water and just straight chucks it on Jake the Snake's face. Like, I wanted the scene with the optometrist that's coming up to be like, well, I hate to tell you this, everything would have been fine, but the chemical reacts with water, and that turns it acidic. That's what ate through your iris, actually.
Like, do you think, did you didn't happen to get any water in your eyes? And then they go back to the thing and fucking Box Man right in his face.
I hate to tell you, that's actually, it's eating into your brain right now. Did you ever see that?
that would have been a good bit if like Boss Man is keeping watch at the door. Like he's standing there at the door, making sure Martel doesn't come in to get him again. And he's like, "Did you get water in your eyes?" And Boss Man's like, "Fuck!" Like,
I can't. They said a third strike. I'm off the squad. I can't believe this is happening to me again.
I shot a guy's cat last week.
I mistaked a person on the street for a trash can, and I just ran into it with my car. I don't know why. It's something I do.
I'm the boss man. And then what? He's like, they told me if I blinded one more civilian, I'd lose my badge.
I can't go back in. You know what they do to cops in wrestler jail? They have to put me in solitary. So
in wrestler, they got to put me in the cage.
Yeah, I can't go back in the Hell in a Cell. So we get scenes of Jake at the optometrist now. And the thing that I get from this is Jake has a variety of tank tops that he wears to all his important appointments. Because you got to still show off the guns. Because Jake's the one that's blind. Everybody else could see. You got to still look good.
There's probably a really good chance. I mean, no, not even a really good chance. These were definitely all filmed in the same day, and Jake would like do the thing and then be like, "All right, brother, hold on," and he'd be like switching to a different tank top.
Yeah.
All right, I'm a little less injured now.
I gotta be easy breezy.
He's talking to the producer. He's like, "I'm still just as angry, right?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, you're pissed. You can see a little bit now." And he's like, "Okay.
How blind
am I?
What's my
motivation?
How blind am I? 100%? Okay. What about now? 85%. Oh, okay. A little bit better. Yeah.
Listen, I rehearsed 80. Is 80 okay?
Well, he has like the Three Stooges gauze around his eyes. Like it's a very loose gauze situation for a man that's been terribly blinded.
Listen, what are you calling Jake Roberts a liar?
I'm not calling him a liar. I'm calling the medical professional irresponsible.
That's true. He couldn't see how they dressed his eyes.
Yeah, it's not Jake's fault.
He's on his back going, listen, man, I'm trusting that the dressings on my eyes are adequate. But I'm feeling like they're a little loosey goosey on my face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I feel like as soon as I stand up, these shits are falling off.
Yeah, I didn't go to optometry school, but god damn it, these things are gonna fall right off right now.
The doctor tells Jake, Jake's like, my eyes hurt, obviously. And then the doctor is like, the drops I'm about to put in your eyes are going to be quite painful. Why? Why use those drops?
Unfortunately, it turns out that the only thing that counters acid is more acid.
Look, I went to medical school. I don't teach you how to do a DDT. You don't tell me how to treat arrogance covered eyes. We took that thing to a lab. We don't think the materials are from Earth, actually.
Was the guy that sprayed you French? Oh no! Oh no! The other he answered the phone. Yeah, he said they were French, man. I know.
I'm surprised you haven't developed trench foot yet. That's what we've been seeing.
Do you have baguette wiener yet?
This is all I've heard. I've only seen it in journals. Jake has a weird line in here where they're like, "You're going to be in a lot of pain," and he's like, "Pain? Do you want to?" This is the acting, the Daniel Day-Lewis level of acting. You want to know pain? Pain is being able to hear children's voices and not being able to know where they are. That's painful. And let me tell you why. It's because those children are robbing me, Doc. They are beating me and robbing me daily. And there's not a thing I can do about it.
It's just got kids going, "Are you Jake the Snake?" "Yeah, you want an autograph?" Oh. His wallet's gone.
Yeah. And in Stone Mountain, Georgia, there are roving gangs of children that run the streets.
God, I hate those fucking kids. There's a part where the optometrist is like saying that his eyes will get better, and he's like, "Don't you dare lie to me."
Yeah, he's like, "Look, this will help. We don't know how much because I'm a terrible optometrist, but it'll be better. It'll be better than it was."
He was classmates with Dr. Nick at the Hollywood upstairs medical college.
Yeah. The second optometrist visit, they're like, open your eyes, Jake. And it's, oh, I have to look, we're making fun of him. I have to give him credit. I think having to pretend to not be able to open your eyes when you can very clearly open your eyes and there's nothing wrong with you is like, it's difficult because as soon as you give him a glimpse that your eyes are fine, the whole thing is out the window. So he's like squinting and he looks like he's trying to open his eyes and he's just like, can't do it. Sorry, man.
It's something happened to the muscles too, I guess. They did give him a one, well, because he got him open. Because he is going like he's like trying to grab him with his hands and like, I swear to God, I can't fucking open him, man. And then he finally opens them, and they did give him one white contact.
Yes, this is a glimpse of the white contact, which I feel like is a bad move for it to be revealed here, because this is like these are airing weekly. It's like week 1, Jake gets blinded. Week 2, he goes to the optometrist. Week 3, he returns to the optometrist. They're rolling it out, but as soon as you give,
this was easy street for Jake Roberts. Did he have to go to? Was this like Jake went to rehab, so like they had to shoot a blind angle?
No, because later they're doing house show matches. Like I have some stuff on the house show matches. So they give him some dark glasses, which always helps. And then while this is going on, Martel is cutting promos that I found where he's essentially at first he's like, look, man, I don't know what happened. Jake attacked me. The spray bottle went off. Whatever. Things happen.
It was a horrible accident.
Yeah.
Do not pay attention to my laughing.
My devious laughing. I'm French. I just laugh this way.
Everything is funny to French.
It almost sounds sinister to the French. So then Gene Okerlund, like there's a lot of weird things that I never considered as a child and even now until I rewatched this, which is, so Gene Okerlund is at a Sunglass Hut with the model Rick Martel. And he's like, normally I would do this interview at the arena, but at the insistence of my guest, why would you go to the Sunglass Hut with Rick Martel?
He's a journalist. He's got to get the scoop.
I guess so. Yeah,
hey,
you gotta.
Hello. Is this Mean Gene? Hello, I am at the Sunglass Hut. I need you here now.
No, I will not meet you at the arena. I'm already at the hut. So
I've got some really funny things to say. You remember I blinded that sack of shit, Jake the Snake.
if you come, we'll split an Auntie Anne's pretzel. Come on, we'll go.
They have a Panda Express.
I know. It's like, we'll go to Disc Jockey. I hear they have the new Metallica record. Come on, there's a listening station. We'll make a day of it.
We'll get massages.
We'll go to Panda. Come on.
Listen, it's the 90s. You can still smoke inside. It will be fun.
I'm spraying arrogance everywhere. The mall will be ours for the taking. So he meets the model at the Sunglass Hut, and he's just doing the hackiest jokes he can do. He's like, unlike some people, I have 20/20 vision. Ha ha. So I only wear sunglasses for fashion. So
I do not even need these sunglasses.
Sometimes I will take the lenses out because I just want to look interesting on the street. He puts some glasses on and he goes, forget Mount Rushmore. You got something to look at now. All right.
Like Mount Rushmore is the thing that we like to look at the most.
Yeah. Well, as a French Canadian person, that might be a stereotype up there about Americans. I don't know.
Forget the Farrah Fawcett. Look at the Rick Martel.
Yeah. He picks some out that are that he likes, and he puts them on. And Gene Okerlund, of course, because he is a legitimate journalist, just like, that looks like a basic pair of sunglasses to me. Just completely undercuts Rick Martel, which would be a funny aspect to the gimmick if he thought he was a model but he dressed poorly, like he didn't know what the good brands were or how to dress himself up. Like,
Or like literally everybody just thinks he's like a 6.
yeah.
Like he's not that cute of a guy, and everybody's like confused as to why he thinks he's so hot. You know?
Well,
I mean, he's a fine looking guy, but I don't understand like.
Yeah, I don't know about the model necessarily.
Yeah. And he just keeps getting like local tiny like in the newspaper gigs.
Yeah. He's got an ad up, but it's at the local hardware store. Like it's not a national, and he's treating it like it's a national run. But he mispronounces the brand names. Earlier, he does mispronounce Rodeo Drive. He calls it Rodeo Drive, which is a huge
which
blunder.
is funny because I think it's a French name.
Right.
I think rodeo is a French word.
Yeah.
He says Rodeo Drive.
It doesn't help
him
that
and Dwayne from the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. That's
don't know how to say it.
That's actually a writer from WWE did punch up on Mighty Ducks 2, and he's like, no, Rodeo Drive. I've heard
It's
somebody
always funny
say
when you say it wrong. I think his name's Dwayne, isn't it?
Yes, Dwayne.
I think so, right? Keep going.
So we get to Brother Love Show Part 2, which again, now especially, why is Jake going on the Brother Love Show? He was blinded, for God's sake.
Listen, he's got to get the word out. Dwayne. His name is Dwayne.
He's like, I can't let that be the lasting memory of me on the Brother Love Show.
Listen, I can't. I still have to do it. A lot of comics like. You know, they don't like James Corden. They're gonna go on his show.
You had to go back to the room that you bombed in. You know. So Martel comes out, and he's essentially, now they've sort of shifted, and this is the angle that I like, where Martel is blaming Jake the Snake for being clumsy and blinding himself. Essentially, that's like, I like that version of events. Again, if you like, this feels like a Fox News show where it's they're like, the pundits are essentially blaming the victim here. He's like, well, if he wasn't so dumb and clumsy, he wouldn't have ran into me, and then I wouldn't have had to blind him with my deadly perfume.
Maybe it was the snake.
Has anyone considered that maybe the snake did it?
maybe the snake blinded him with the snake's signature fragrance.
I found documents many years ago talking about collusion between the snake and another wrestler.
Damien's snake juice. I've seen it.
We all know it. He's like, I got a gift for Jake. And it's a walking stick, like one of those for blind people, for when they walk on the street or whatever. And that's too much for Vince McMahon. Blinding Jake the Snake, not a step too far. But now they're doing bits on Jake, and that's a bridge too far for Vince.
And frankly, Jake, he gets led into this room. Jake needs a walking stick.
Yeah, Tony Garea, who was tag team partners with Martel back in the day, is the guy that Jake's holding onto the shoulder of. And Jake has, I sent you a picture earlier, he has an immaculate late 80s, early 90s I Do Cocaine sweater on that looks so much like the sweater that Kramer wore on the episode of Seinfeld where he's trying to figure out if Jerry's accountant does cocaine. That's the cosplay that's happening
one of
here.
That is one of my, and here it is. We got him in the sweater on the screen. One of my favorite like scenes in the history of Seinfeld. Like I can't remember what happens with the part of the bar that folds up.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happens?
Kramer tries to put his elbow into it, and then he falls into it.
He falls. Yeah.
Because he's trying to be cool.
They fold it up.
Yeah.
The girl, somebody folds it up, and then he tries to lean on it and falls over.
Well, whenever he chugs the beer while he's smoking the cigarette, and then he burps, and the smoke comes out, and he goes, "Here's to feeling good all the time." That's the level of drug sweater that Jake has on here.
Listen, and I love me a drug sweater.
And he's got the dark glasses. He really does look like he just came from a drug den where he's done mountains of cocaine. So
He does look, and he probably. I mean, we know our friend Jake. You know,
look, cocaine's a hell of a drug. It'll make you pretend. It'll make you think you're blind. So,
that's what it was.
yeah,
He just overdosed.
it's in his mind's eye. It's he's got the yips, but for sight. Uh, yeah, look at that sweater, dude.
There's him in the sweater.
Yeah,
His sweater looks like a old TGIF graphic.
yeah, like it's on those cups that you get water in from the 90s.
He's also got badass snake boots on. Like, this dude's cool as hell, man. Like,
do you think that that's disrespectful to Damien? How do we think Damien feels a certain kind of way about it?
Damien only cares about Damien, dude. No,
Yeah.
honestly, that snake spends so much time in that sack. Like, that snake is so discombobulated, it doesn't know what it believes anymore.
Right.
Like, that snake. I love Jake. I love Jake Roberts.
Yeah.
They animal abused that snake.
Yeah.
He just runs in and just remember he doesn't do it on this one as much, but we watched. I can't remember what match we watched, and Jake Roberts runs in and just chucks his snake into the ring over the top rope.
Yeah, he throws it on Andre the Giant. He's running. He's got the snake's head and the snake's tail, and he just fucking chucks it at Andre the Giant.
Well, he does that, but on another show, he literally, I think it's a Royal Rumble. Or, like, was he in the first Royal Rumble?
Yeah, that's the one where he throws it at Andre.
Oh, shit. Okay, because I thought, well, it might have been before, like, later in the thing. But what I'm talking about is literally he comes down the ramp with the snake in his hand, and he one-arm chucks the snake from the side of the ring, from the floor on the side of the ring, over the top rope into the ring, and everybody just scatters. And the snake's like, whoa! all the way, and it just plops in the ring, and it's like, that. I'm too old for this shit. You know what I mean?
Like, just because I don't have bones doesn't mean you can just throw me like that.
God damn! Just because I can't scream doesn't mean that you can't. Like, if snakes could scream, Damien would never have been allowed to be treated the way he was treated.
Yeah. Just one pitch all the time. Ah! Every match. Okay, so
he's spraying me.
so Jake comes out, and of course, Brother Love's calling him Brother Snake, which also makes me laugh. But
brother Snake,
yeah, Brother Snake.
Oh wait, no, Brother Love.
Yeah,
Brother Snake. Yeah,
Brother Snake. And while he's talking to him again, Jake's trying to get jabs back in while Brother Love's like harassing him, and then the whole time Martel is just fucking with him and like hitting him and moving, and blind guy stuff. If he were your nemesis,
he's saying, "How many fingers do I have up?"
Yeah,
like he's doing that type of stuff.
And then they get into a skirmish, and Jake grabs Brother Love, thinking that it's Rick Martel, and he DDTs him. And then the glasses come off, and now we've got full eye. We've got full white eye. And Jake's going, look at it. Look what they did to me.
Look at what that French son of a bitch did to me. I'll kill him.
And they immediately, like a hush comes over the commentary. And Roddy Piper goes, that poor man. Like suddenly it's there's a humanitarian effort, but never fear, because of course right before they go to break they freeze frame Jake's disfigured eye because they're like, get a load of this shit right here. Can you believe it?
Oh, this is good shit right here.
Yeah.
The
Disgusting.
Crowd, by the way, loves Jake the Snake Roberts.
I told dude, they eat it up.
Over in this entire thing, like they love this dude, and it comes out the entire angle, like he's very hot, but like they loved him in this.
So then there's a clip where
do you think if he hooked up, he had to have hooked up with a girl in the crowd at the end of this? Do you think he pretended to be blind the entire time?
Look, he's a Daniel Day-Lewis, dude. He's a method actor. He's for sure got one dead eye while he's trying to take somebody out to Applebee's.
Listen, Your Honor, she smelled 19. Okay?
Look, Jake is known on the road for being for being nefarious. You know, he's
man, look at those boots.
and that sweater. He's a guy. You know,
those boots were made for knocking, man. I can tell you that.
Yeah, he's So then we get a clip where now Rick Martel's wrestling Tito Santana, and Tito Santana's he has additional beef, which is he's now defending the honor of Jake the Snake Roberts. He's like, how dare you blind Jake the Snake Roberts? I'm going to take it out on you on the 13th or whatever. This, of course, always makes me laugh because Rick Martel turned on Tito Santana and their tag team, and then anytime they were near each other, for the next 5 or 6 years that they were both in the WWF, the shit is on for Tito. He never forgets. The beef, he never stops beefing. Tito will not squash the beef.
You can't squash the beef. He's got the Latin temper.
Yeah, that son of a bitch let me get Spike Powder drived by the Brainbusters. And then he blinded Jake the Snake Roberts.
I would never, ever, ever forgive somebody who let me get Spike Pile drive by the Brainbusters.
Yeah. That's an ache you can't fix. You know.
No,
that's a hole too
deep.
It's
an itch you can't scratch. It's on site with anybody who did that to me.
So while they're doing this match, Jake stumbles out using the guardrail. Again, great acting by Jake here. And he gets in the ring and he can't get a hold of Martel because he doesn't know who even though he has one good eye, he can't tell who he's got a hold of. So he ends up wrestling Tito for a minute. And then Rick Martel wins by DQ. But like you said, in the aftermath, he cuts like a very quick promo where he just goes, Martel, I may not be able to see you, but I can smell you. And the crowd is like, fuck yeah, he's French. We hate him.
He's French. He smells like shit, dude. He smells like snails.
Yeah. I can't wait till our hero, Jake the Snake Roberts, defeats this guy. There's a quick promo for the Survivor Series that I added here, where finally Martel is like, "Hey, guess what? I planned to blind you, you son of a bitch! Ha!
I did it on purpose.
I do it all.
I had you all fooled.
Clearly, my acting is so good." And then the Jake's team cuts a promo where Marty Jannetty has the line of this promo where he goes, "We've got a game plan. It's not how we play the game; it's whether we win or lose." And we are going to win. What's the game plan then?
I could see. I actually, my one note for this promo, I think it was my only note in this promo. Okay, I can see why Marty Jannetty got Jannetti'd.
Yeah.
Because like Shawn Michaels, even like, and I think I'm projecting my thoughts onto Shawn Michaels' face, because like. When Jannetty's giving this promo, Shawn Michaels is like, I can't wait to throw this guy through a fucking barbershop window. And then while Jannetty's even in the ring, like Michaels is just standing there expressionless the whole time.
This dude doesn't know how hard he's about to get thrown through a plate glass window.
Yeah, I can't wait. Oh man,
I can't wait for the opportunity.
He and Jannetty can wrestle, but he ain't no goddamn Heartbreak Kid. I can tell you that.
So fine, like this, there's a lot of segments. I know we've covered a lot of segments before we get to the first match, which happens to be one of Andrew's favorite devices used by the WWF. It's the Survivor Series.
Guaranteed to be a bad match.
Survivor Series 1990, which took place Thanksgiving Day, because that's how they used to do it. Nothing I want to do more than a belly full of turkey, and then I sit down and watch a bunch of boring matches for 3 hours.
Just a bunch of 50-man tag matches, and not even one fall. Everybody's got to get it, bro. We got to get everybody out of there.
This is from the Hartford Civic Center in Hartford, Connecticut. 16,000 people in attendance. This is, it's not the most famous show, but it is sort of famous for the beginnings of Sergeant Slaughter as the Iraqi sympathizer character, because they're using the Gulf War as part of this. Hulk Hogan cuts a promo where he promises that his team, once they defeat their opponents, will back up the ground troops in Iraq in the war. And that's Hulk Hogan, Jim Duggan, Tugboat, and the Big Boss Man just coming on the USS Intrepid, dude.
Listen, you need
Who else you need?
We talked about this. A mentally challenged man with a 2x4,
Yeah.
a tugboat. He's got the Navy
Yeah.
right there. You got Hulk Hogan, the biggest racist, like the physically biggest racist who ever lived. You got the law enforcement, the big boss man.
Yeah.
He's weapons trained. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a sergeant, and they're going against a sergeant. You know, but I feel like they can get it.
Yeah. The Visionaries, which are
Vision is scary.
Yep. Start a revolution, polluting the airways.
Dude, every time I hear the word visionary, my head goes, vision is scary.
Yep. Rick Martel, Power and Glory, which are Hercules and Paul Roma, and the Warlord, which they tried to do so many rebrands of the Warlord, Paul Roma, Hercules, nothing. Nothing sticks.
Didn't we see Paul Roma recently?
He was in the WCW. He's in the Hollywood Blonde stuff we watched. Because
Okay.
after he leaves WWF, he goes to WCW, where inexplicably they make him a four horseman. Famed pro wrestler Paul Roma.
Okay. You want to team up with Flair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that was the way he answered.
Actually, famously, he's like, Ric Flair's old. Art Anderson's fat. I'm the best looking and biggest athlete here. I don't know why I'm not the leader of the Four Horsemen. And everybody else is like, Paul Roma sucks.
That was what he said in the angle, or that's what he said in real life?
No, in real life, in interviews.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Like
in shoot interviews, he was telling people that he was better than he was more valuable than Flair and Arn to the Four Horsemen.
There's a Four Horsemen DVD where they essentially bury Paul Roma. They're like, this guy's a dork. We don't know why he was in the Horsemen. And then they cut to Paul Roma, and he's like, jealous, bro. They were jealous of me.
Really, Ric Flair, if you think about it, is jealous of me.
Yeah,
Paul Roma.
Pretty Paul Roma. That's who he wanted to
be. Warlord.
Yeah.
Dead.
No, Warlord alive. Last I checked.
Damn, I haven't done this in a while.
Yeah,
I wrote down, I bet the Warlord is dead as shit. I bet the Warlord died on his way to his car after this match.
I'll tell you this. The Warlord, there's a famous story of Warlord where I don't want to tell when he tells out of school, but steroid guy, the Warlord, if you could believe it.
What? Yeah, he's 63, still alive. Hell yeah. Warlord.
And he was having somebody give him an injection, and they injected him, and then some of the fluid came out, and the guy went, I think you're full up, dude. They could, like, he is so.
He had too much steroids in him.
Yeah, he is so jacked. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why I guessed he was dead.
Yeah, he's like 2% body fat. So
Hercules. Fuck, I'm in my head now.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have guessed dead because he's a big jacked guy in the wrestling in 1990. Alive.
Hercules unfortunately passed away.
God damn it, dude! I'm 0 for 2.
Yeah, lost a legend.
All right. Rick Martel alive. I know that one.
Rick Martel's alive.
Let me guess. Shawn Michaels alive.
Dude, how'd you do it?
I know.
Clairvoyant.
Dude, I'm so good at this.
So that team is taking on the team of the Vipers, which are Jake the Snake Roberts, as we talked about in interviews, alleged murderer. Shawn Michaels, the GOAT, Marty Jannetty, the Jannetty, and actual murderer, Jimmy Superfly Snuka. So
yeah, they do a promo before where they're like talking to the thing.
They're in the shower because of the snake.
Yeah, the snake because it's a moist atmosphere.
Yeah,
and Jake the Snake's doing this. I don't know what you have on this, but Jake the Snake's doing this thing on like surviving. Like this whole thing's about surviving, all that stuff. And then he points at Snuka, and it would have been funny if he pointed at Snuka, it would be like, well, that's actually kind of a bad example.
Yeah,
he had killed his wife like 6 years before this.
Yeah, well, I don't. Nancy Argentino, I don't believe was his wife.
Well, he killed somebody.
Yeah,
His girlfriend. I don't care. Don't get me on a technicality.
Sorry about that.
He killed a woman.
Yeah. I don't even know that we have to say allegedly anymore. I think he was found guilty. But anyway,
he killed a woman.
Yeah,
he killed a woman.
Yeah, so like he's like, I survived being blind. Shawn Michaels survived having his knee messed up. Marty Jannetty survived being Marty Jannetty. Jimmy Snuka beat them charges. Like
survived a fight with a woman, apparently.
Yeah. Well, at this point, allegedly. So I don't know. This, like, it's fine. I used to love the Survivor Series because I was like, oh man, it's all
So much
colliding.
wrestling.
Yeah, well, and it's
Yeah.
like, everybody's colliding, everybody's got a story, but like, because you have to have at bare minimum 4 eliminations, the matches just aren't very good. There's no time to get like a rhythm going. Like, because there's a couple of things, like Jannetty has a few good moments when he's in there with one of the Power and Glory guys.
Michaels has some good moments.
Yeah, but it's just there. It's all stop and start.
Well, and you start to see, in my opinion, a bit of the flaw in this angle is one of these guys can't see, and it's the one that you want to get his hands on the other guy, and that is both the strength and the weakness of this angle, because everybody's like, oh man, can't wait till Jake gets his hands on those guys. I mean, on that guy. And then you slowly start to realize Jake can't see for shit.
Yeah.
Jake does a really good job of pretending he can't see, by the way.
Yes, he's very good. This is a Yankees Mets World Series sweep here, unfortunately for the Vipers.
Yeah. 4-0.
They get down 4-0. The elimination of Marty Jannetty by the Warlord is pretty great. He snatches Jannetty out of off the second rope and power slams him. That looked pretty good. Snuka gets rolled up on some bullshit and is by Martel. Shawn Michaels. So at the time, the Powerplex was like the coolest, or one of the coolest tag team moves that you could do. So the Power and Glory, Hercules would hit a superplex, and then right as the guy hit, Paul Roma would hit a splash off the top rope, and it looked awesome. And that's like one of the Power and Glory are remembered way better than they should be. I think mostly based on the Powerplex, because they never did anything like of any note as a team. And this whole match, Rowdy Piper's talking about like the Rockers going to be the team of the 90s. If not them, Power and Glory, team of the 90s. Rockers break up the end of 91. Power and Glory long gone by 1991. So unfortunate for Piper.
Who was the tag team in the 90s?
Tag team in the 90s. Steiner Brothers, probably. For
Legion of Doom.
Not even really the Legion of Doom, because they take a break in the middle. Maybe the team of the 80s.
Fucking Hawk.
Yeah, they gotta take a break.
I could definitely see the Steiners.
I think it's got to be the Steiners, because WWF, there wasn't like overly great tag team.
When did the Steiners break up?
1998.
Okay, so they're definitely around for long enough.
Yeah.
Because the Hart Foundation counts
91.
Like, yeah,
they're done in 91.
Gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's probably.
So Shawn gets beat by the Powerplex, which again, pretty cool. And then it's just Jake versus the entire team of the Visionaries. And like you said, you want to see Jake win, but they don't do anything. Like, they don't tease that he's going to be able to make this comeback or whatever. He hits a DDT on the Warlord, which everybody just wants to see a DDT. So we do get that. And then he chases Martel off. And then Jake gets counted out, and that's the end of the match. So
he's chasing Martel with Damien in his hand, and Damien is wrapped around Jake's leg.
Yeah,
and Jake the Snake is like, I hate this fucking snake.
Get this snake off of me. 17 minutes 42 seconds. This is also the longest match, which is like also the death of this thing, because there's one team just dominating this entire match. This still gets. Sorry, go ahead.
What were you gonna say it gets?
3 1/4 from Meltzer.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's like that's very Jannetty and Michaels heavy.
Yeah. Well, that's very
like
1990s WWF. Like,
yeah, sure.
you know,
And like it's the problem is like
or I mean, this is like that's incredible praise for wrestling in 1990 for the WWF. Like three and a
yeah.
quarter is not the highest on this show. It's the second highest match, but like
Yeah, and it's like but the problem is like was the preeminent feud in this match Jake versus Rick Martel, or did any of these other guys have some shit going on?
there was the Power and Glory and the Rockers had a feud, but it wasn't like dominating. Like again, they don't have as many shows, so it's a lot of house show matches. But they did have an angle where Power and Glory had injured Shawn Michaels because Michaels legitimately blew his knee out. So like
That dude's knees, huh?
they had a thing. Warlord and Snuka, I don't think so. I think that's just
because what I'm saying is like the preeminent feud in your match is between these two guys.
Yeah.
And these two guys never touch each other. And like this is SummerSlam. You only get 4 of these a year.
Yeah.
So like I thought like at least for a second Jake gets his hands on that dude.
No.
Or like just a reason to pop off. And literally the next match that we watch is what like 6 months later.
Yeah, November to March is like from Survivor Series to WrestleMania.
I can't imagine. Like, imagine you're a big old Jake the Snake fan and you get Survivor Series tickets because he's finally going to get his hands on that son of a bitch, and he doesn't touch him.
Yeah,
you know.
I guess I hadn't really thought about it. You got to go to the house shows, man. That's where that's the juice is at the house show. You get to see.
So it's just the opposite of now.
Yeah. So this is also famous for the debut of the Undertaker. This is the Undertaker's first WWF show. Is that this
first ride?
Yes, the very first ride, where Brother Love is his manager and he's the mystery partner for Ted DiBiase's team. So
is he Mean Mark or is he this is the
Undertaker?
The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
So clip the next clip, I just wanted to add a couple of things. We don't have to get into them deep, but like these are for specific house show appearances in different markets. So they're promoting Jake the Snake and Rick Martel on the Brother Love show live in your town. You can go see promo segment between two guys that you probably want to see fight, and Jake actually answers my question because he goes, "Why would I go back on the Brother Love show?" I'll tell you why. Because I still got one good eye that I can see you out of. So I'm trying to get eyes on you while I can.
And that's the first time he mentions this motherfucker's had a good eye the whole time. He couldn't see it goddamn earlier.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. I have some questions about what happens with Jake's health, but
pulling the veil over our heads.
Yeah. And then in another house show promo, he goes, "Don't be late, Martel. I'm going to be there, so don't be late. I might not be able to drive, but somebody will get me there." And I just thought of Jake on the side of the highway hitchhiking with Damien, being like, "I need to go to the Meadowlands for the love of God." I have a restriction on my life.
You know why?
He's just in the back of a truck. He gets to the Meadowlands. He taps on it twice. He forgets Damien in the back of the truck. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh fuck!
Fuck! Damien's gonna be so pissed at me.
He's calling the animal wrangler. No, dude, I don't know. It was an El Camino. Of course, an El Camino is the only car that would pick up Jake the Snake Roberts. I got a goddamn snake. Come on.
So just find one of the 50,000 El Caminos with snakes in the back.
Yeah,
in the country.
In the tri-state area, you're looking for an El Camino with a black canvas bag in the back of it. So at the Royal Rumble, Rick Martel eliminates Jake the Snake. So they interact again a little bit, but again, you're not getting like the way they would do things now. Like these guys would have wrestled 50 times between when the angle started and the end of it, if this were a modern feud. So he we get the promos for the blindfold match. And again, this would be a different thing. There's not a big like a pronouncement like, oh, these two guys are, guess what? Now they're having a blindfold match. Like there's not an angle on TV that really explains that. They just announce that they're going to have a blindfold match to even the odds. But it seems that that would be an advantage to Jake because he's been a pirate for months, so he's used to the dark now.
He's honed.
Yeah,
He was molded by the darkness.
yeah.
He is honed. He says something like, well, it's in the pack. I think it's in the video package for WrestleMania where he says that a snake has 6 senses.
That's his.
What's the 6th snake sense?
They have night vision, I think, is what he's alluding to. Because snakes always do
I don't
it.
think that's still vision. That's an offshoot of
Yeah.
vision. That's still the 5th sense.
That's vision adjacent. It's an extra. Like, you know, whenever you're building a character in a video game and you can like equip sub.
Yeah, it's on the talent tree.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta build it up, but you can get to night vision. Yeah, I was gonna look up. I don't think that snakes have a 6th sense. Obviously,
I can't think of a 6th sense. I mean, they can feel heat on the ground.
It's a Shyamalan movie. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah,
Took the world by
Yeah,
storm
I never
in
liked it.
1999.
Okay, snakes have 6 primary senses. I'm seeing here,
Okay.
and heat detection is the other one. They have specialized pit organs that detect infrared heat, allowing them to sense warm-blooded prey even in the dark. So okay,
Guess what? I had that optometrist install pit sensors. I'm now more animal than man, Martel.
I'm a pit master.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, it's taken.
Wait a second. He's entering it into the copyright computer. What do you mean Pitmaster's taken?
I already made an apron.
I'm gonna DDT you, then I'm gonna spend 16 hours smoking this brisket.
So yeah, they've got
okay.
They've
Look,
color me corrected.
Far from me to assume that Jake didn't do his research. You know,
I assumed that Jake didn't do his research, but I was wrong.
So we're at WrestleMania 7. This, of course, takes place. Takes place in Los Angeles, California, at the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena, not the Coliseum where it was originally set to take place, but due to security reasons, quote unquote, poor ticket sales, it was moved to the Los Angeles Sports Arena or the Memorial.
I've been to the Coliseum. I don't know if you know, Dusty. I've been to the Coliseum.
Oh, you're gonna just look. I'm gonna become more animal than man right now.
That is where I got to see Dusty's favorite band, Rage Against the Machine, with 100,000 people there.
Yeah. That's
well, they played all the hits too. If you want me to bring up the set list.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. That won't be upsetting to me at all. So this is of course Hulk Hogan versus Sergeant Slaughter on top for the WWF Championship. WWE thought they just a little bit of jingoism, you know, a little bit of nationalism to booster ticket sales, backfired on them. They thought it was going to be a scuffle in the Middle East, turned into a full-on war. People weren't interested in seeing wrestling be the defenders of democracy in 1991.
And you know what? I don't agree with him.
Yeah, we needed Hogan. The tagline for this show is "Superstars and Stripes Forever."
That's a bad tagline.
Yeah,
It is a bad tagline. So we've got Testify, Bomb Track, People of the Sun, Know Your Enemy, Bulls on Parade, Township Rebellion, Bullet in the Head, Down Rodeo. I did it. Guerrilla Radio, Calm Like a Bomb, Sleep Now in the Fire, Wake Up, Freedom, and Killing in the Name. That's a pretty good set list.
That is quite a set list. Yeah, Township Rebellion's a deep cut that I would have liked to have seen live, but
I did. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. As I've said to Andrew, my belief in God is based on the fact that huge factors had to contribute to me not seeing Rage Against the Machine that speak more to their being intelligent design than the world being a cruel random place.
It's very funny.
Yeah, had to have been an invisible hand responsible for that happening. So, this show is cursed. There's one really good match on this show that is good. Not the blindfold match that we watched.
Hold on. Let me guess what it is.
Okay.
Me guess what it is. I want to pull up.
Oh, you want to see if I can name all the matches? Let me do that real quick. From memory.
Yeah. We'll do that.
Haven't done that.
Okay. Let me. Goddamn.
Oh no, there's like a million of them.
I
forgot.
There's 14 in a dark match. There's 15 matches on this.
Yeah,
card.
the dark match is a nothing. I got nothing on a dark match.
That is Coco Beware defeating the Brooklyn Brawler by pinfall.
Hell yeah, dude.
5 stars, I hear.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see how many I can name without help. The Rockers defeat the Barbarian and Haku.
By
pinfall. Dino Bravo is defeated by Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich.
Yes.
The British Bulldog defeats the Warlord.
Yep.
The Hart Foundation lose the WWF Tag Team titles to the Nasty Boys.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Oh, am I already still? Does Earthquake defeat Greg Valentine on this show?
He does, but you just skipped like 5 matches.
I'm trying to figure out off top where what I remember and what I don't remember. So
okay.
I had somebody in my head who I know is on this show, and now I can't remember who it is. Demolition beat I can't remember who it is, a Japanese team. Or no, they get beat by a Japanese team in like 2 minutes, but I can't remember the names of the Japanese guys. And I don't want
Genichiro Tenryu and Koji Kitao.
Yeah, Tenryu and Kitao. This is Legion of Doom are not on this show. Oh, Mr. Perfect beats the Big Boss Man by disqualification, I believe.
The other way around.
Oh, okay. Boss Man beat, yeah. Macho Man loses to Ultimate Warrior in a retirement match.
Yep. Did he ultimately? Did he never wrestle again?
Yeah. They're very strict.
Yeah.
Hogan beats Sergeant Slaughter, obviously, in the main event.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at 9 matches, and I believe that I'm out. So,
well, there's one you really should get.
There's one I really should get.
Really should get. We just spent.
Oh, Jake the Snake and Rick Martel in a blindfold match. So I need
That's
4.
Pretty good, man.
I need 4 more matches.
Yeah.
Are there any hints that you can give me that aren't the competitors?
There's a WWF Tag Team Championship match. Oh wait, no, you got that one.
Yeah.
You got one. That the Nasty Boys.
Wait, Legion of Doom beat the Power and Glory in like a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you were like Legion of Doom aren't on this one. Okay. Somebody loses by count out.
That's is that Virgil and the $1 Million Man?
Yep.
Okay.
That is Virgil and the $1 Million Man. There's a there's Jimmy Hart comes out with somebody.
Jimmy Hart comes out with somebody. Oh, the Mountie defeats some person by cattle prod. He shocks him
by cattle prod.
Who does he defeat?
I love the 90s.
Is it Tito Santana?
It is Tito Santana.
Yeah, and then the Undertaker beats Jimmy Snuka. Boom, roasted.
He did beat Jimmy Snuka. You got it.
I did it. I
just said Snuka.
What's the dark match?
Coco Beware.
Oh, that's
defeating
right.
the Brooklyn Brawler.
Right.
The one that is a good match. I got to figure this out. Because it's definitely not. I'll say what it isn't. I don't think it's the Texas Tornado and Dino Bravo because I think Kerry had 1 foot at this point.
He did have 1 foot. Yes.
Is it that match? I do not believe it.
It is not.
Match.
No.
I don't think it is The Undertaker and Jimmy Snuka.
It is not. Although it is the beginning of the streak. Pretty good.
I can't go one for. I can't. It'll take me too long to go through each match. It could be the Rockers versus the Barbarian and Haku. It could be the Nasty Boys versus the Hart Foundation. I feel like that would be a lot of the Hart Foundation work, you know?
Yeah.
It's definitely not Warrior and Savage because the Ultimate Warrior is involved, in my opinion. We're going to go... I'm going to go the Nasty Boys and the Hart Foundation is the really good match on this.
That is a decent match, as is the Rockers versus Barbarian and Haku. The great match on this show is the Macho Man versus the Ultimate Warrior. Because while on the one side, you do have the Ultimate Warrior, who is bad.
Yeah.
You have on the other side, Macho Man Randy Savage, who is great.
Yeah.
And always planned his matches out. So he got the Warrior to like plan what they were going to do. And that...
I would love to do my Macho Man impression right now, but my throat just couldn't take it.
Yeah.
I feel like we watched this show.
No, we watched SummerSlam 92, which also has...
like a lot of this stuff?
It has Macho Man versus Warrior for the title. And that's the Brett versus Bulldog show. The Wembley Stadium show. So
I feel like... I wonder who we watched the Texas... Anyway.
Yeah.
This is a really, really long show. So a lot of these matches are really short. Thankfully,
it's an early WrestleMania where they just got everybody on the show that they could. Yeah. So our match, the main reason we're here, the blow off to this feud is a blindfold match between Jake the Snake and Rick Martel, where, as we said before, Jake is very confident because a snake has 6 senses instead of 5. Which
we all learned something today.
Yeah. Jake kind of blows it at the beginning of this because they'd been running this on house shows, or they at least had one house show blindfold match to kind of test the concept, where the masks were too dark for them to see. And so they lightened him up for this, but Jake puts his hand in the mask before the match, and you can totally see Jake the Snake's hand through the mask.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I didn't see it.
Yeah, so
at one point, Martel kind of gives it away, and I'll tell you how. But that's funny. I didn't see that.
There's not a lot of wrestling to discuss here. Like, I think that this match is a great example of how you don't have to be like how the crowd is like we talked about with Hulk Hogan. The crowd is an integral part of pro wrestling's presentation. Like, they hate Rick Martel and they love Jake the Snake. And they did a comedy match. Every time that Martel points, the crowd boos, and every time Jake points to figure out what direction he should go, the crowd cheers. And like they love giving Jake direction to get a hold of Rick Martel.
And that's also how how it kind of gets given away, because Jake starts the pointing, like Jake points, and then the crowd's like, no, yeah, like when he starts pointing at Martel, and then Martel, when he hears that, he starts pointing.
Yeah.
So like, I'm like, how do you know that's what's making the crowd do this, Rick Martel?
Right. Yeah. That's
you dirty French cheater.
Well, and there's like, it also kind of exposes some of the internal logic that's dumb in wrestling. Like, Martel finally gets a hold of Jake and he picks him up to body slam him, and then he goes to do an elbow drop and Jake moves, and it's like, if you can't see him, why would you ever try to elbow drop a dude that you can't see?
Listen, muscle memory.
Yeah, he's just caught in the moment. There's not a lot. The best part of this match to me is the commentary, where Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon are doing shtick essentially, and Bobby Heenan is selling that he can't hear Gorilla Monsoon because of how loud the crowd is.
There's at one point, Monsoon says something, and Heenan goes, "I can't hear you." Like he like gets frustrated with him,
and then he goes, "Martel's got a hold of Jake," and then Heenan goes, "Martel's got a hold of him." Like, he just repeats back what Gorilla Monsoon is saying. So like, that's enjoyable. There's great crowd participation. Martel goes to grab the Boston Crab, at one point at towards the end of the match, which is his finish, and then Jake gets out of it and hits the DDT. The crowd goes crazy; they love it, and Jake picks up the win. It's only 8 minutes and 15 seconds, or 8 minutes and 34 seconds, and like I thought it was fun. It got a dud rating in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, which I feel is disrespectful. But it's not a great wrestling match.
What are you gonna give it, Dusty? Like they touched each other like 4 times. Like I'm not saying that it was like bad entertainment. It better not have gone 1 minute further though.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how many times can Jake almost get his hands on this guy?
Yeah.
And then. But let's continue because so Jake gets the DDT, Jake covers, match is over. Jake takes the thing off his head, and you can see him go fuck, and then he starts smiling.
Yeah.
He's got that boyish grizzly smile, and then he picks up the snake, chases Martel around with it. Martel's like, "Oh fuck you!" He gets out of the ring and runs away. But like, I still think this is blue balls.
Oh, because there's no snake. He doesn't.
That man blinded Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah.
Let me say it again. Jake the Snake Roberts. For like 7 months.
Yeah.
He couldn't drive. He mocked him. He did everything. He slapped him when he couldn't see. He went to Lens Crafters and did a whole promo on him, making fun of him.
Yeah.
And then they did the other match where he ran from him the entire time. They finally have a match.
And they
Jake
smashed
DDTs
his team,
him.
Remember, he gets
they
get
smashed.
nothing.
He beat up all of his friends. and then they get this match, and he just DDTs him, and that's all she wrote, and that's it for 7 months of buildup.
Yeah,
like,
Martel was like, "There's no goddamn way that snake's going on me. I will not allow that snake to be put on me."
I don't particularly even care about the snake. For me, it's like I want Jake at some point during this match, because they're not touching each other. Like Jake is like really struggling to get his hands on him. Jake finally just takes the hood off, and he's like looking at him like super mean. Because I was hoping, this is what I was hoping. This whole thing. I think this is how they should have revealed. They should have at some point revealed that Jake could see. And I don't know if they should have done a blindfold match, but they should have at some point, like, Jake's pretending to be like blind, and he's like reaching around and stuff, and Martel's in front of him, and Jake's got the glasses on, and Martel takes his glasses off, and Jake has the meanest look in his eye, just looking straight at him.
Well, that could be. So the other thing is, by the time we get to WrestleMania, Jake's healed. That eye that had no pupil, no,
his eyes are fine,
visibility. He's great. Like, because he was tired of wearing that contact lens, probably. But your idea, what I think would make this better, Jake has the contact all the way up to WrestleMania 7. They do like he comes out with the glasses for the beginning of WrestleMania 7. They put the hood on him, and then Martel goes to take the hood off of him at some point in the match, because Martel wants to slap him in the face or spray him with the arrogance again or whatever. And then we do your thing, where he takes the hood off and it's revealed Jake's eyes are fine now. And then Jake beats the piss out of him, hits him with the DDT. You put the snake on him. You do the whole thing. Like,
see, that's totally fine. I think they wanted to have like a pinfall in this, and it's like, this doesn't need a pinfall. Either exactly what you just said, or at some point Jake takes the fucking hood off. You could tell that he's fine.
Yeah.
Martel still got his hood on, and Jake just beats the shit out of this, because he's like, Martel doesn't know why they're cheering.
Right.
He's still got the hood on, and Jake's just slowly walking towards him. Imagine how crazy the crowd would be going at that point.
Jake does smash the arrogance bottle sprayer.
Oh yeah.
So there is a monicum of revenge.
Smashes his perfume.
Yeah. So this is the end of the feud. It is interesting that Jake never gets the full, like, he's got the snake on him, the whole thing. After this, Martel remains a heel. He's not really involved in anything super great. He's just kind of a mid-card heel. Jake turns heel at SummerSlam 1991. then becomes the most diabolical evil man in the world, including using a viper to attack Macho Man Randy Savage, which is another angle that really upset me as a child. So
you have to keep in your, and we got Jake to talk to you about that.
yeah,
He said he punched the snake
yeah,
to make it bite,
to make it extra
Macho Man.
pissed because Macho Man forced Jake the Snake to let the snake bite him first to prove that it was divinamized. So
but you need to keep that in your pocket because Jake the Snake turns heel would be a really good thing for us.
yeah, I have that on the list, so I won't go into the whole thing. But by SummerSlam, the next few months, Jake turns heel. That's his next thing that he's doing. So this did really good house show business for the WWF in like the end of 90 into 91. And I just have a couple of things because I found this to be crazy. So check this out. On December 8th, 19 on December 8th, 1990, they have a afternoon show, a matinee show, which included appearances by the gobbledygooker Jake the Snake as the guest of the Brother Love show with Rick Martel. Right, they have an afternoon show in New York where Hogan and Earthquake are on top, Big Boss Man versus Bobby Heenan, Tugboat versus Dino Bravo, the Hart Foundation versus Power and Glory, Demolition versus the Rockers. We're doing okay. Like you want to see Tugboat, you know? So matinee, it's probably 2:00, right? December 8th in the evening, they have another show at the Boston Garden where Jake the Snake is a guest of the Brother Love show featuring Rick Martel. They just run it back, but they go from New York to Boston from the afternoon to the evening. And then in San Antonio, Texas, there's a B house show that also runs where Ultimate Warrior is on top versus Randy Savage. He beats him by countout. So they had two crews running in December 1990 for a total of 3 shows. Then there's like I looked at all these results and it's like one of the shows Rick Martel beats Jake by spraying him in the eyes with the arrogance, and then Jake beats him by disqualification in another match, and they just ran it over and over and over again. So like not a TV program necessarily because they don't have a ton of matches, but like clearly this was drawing because they could just do the Brother Love segments and people would pay. How I would be so mad if I wanted to see Jake the Snake and he just came out to do like a promo battle with Rick Martin. Somebody's getting DDT'd, I imagine.
That's literally what they did with John Cena.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't they have John Cena come out and just do promos for on shows?
Yeah. I mean, that is Jim Cornette calls those personal appearances in tights. Like you're just coming out to be seen by the crowd, essentially. So, was this whole thing, was it a success? Do you think?
Well, it sounds like, I mean, with the success that it spawned, like on the house shows, it sold, it drew money for sure. I think it could have been executed a lot better. I can't nitpick this French guy blinded a man with a snake angle from the 90s, so right. I can't really but it was fun. I liked it. I got to watch it in like over the span of like an hour and a half in 2 days. Waiting 9 months
right
for that would have probably pissed me off a little bit if I was, but if I wasn't a 6-year-old.
Right.
But I thought it was fun. I love Jake the Snake. I like Rick Martel. So, and Mean Gene did some good work in this too, in the interviews.
Yeah, I think everybody had like their role to play. I think Jake was great. I don't like this. How do you ratchet up the stakes if there's no title belt? You blinded me, you son of a bitch, is a pretty good inciting incident to create a feud. And then I think Brother Love was a great foil. I think Mean Gene, anytime that he's paired with a heel and he gets to just do his Mean Gene, I'm a serious journalist whose name is Mean Gene Okerlund. Like that's
Yeah,
all
and
great.
Rick Martel's like, uh, it is kind of blind in this. It is kind of bright in this sunglasses store, and Mean Gene's like, well, yeah, it is kind of a well lit room. Like he
Yeah,
just the perfect straight man all the time.
yeah.
Like the props to Mean Gene, we love you.
Yeah, this was an important angle to me as a kid. Again, it was probably the first real angle I saw play out on TV. Like, I bought the WWF magazine that had the Jake the Snake optometry pictures in it because I had to know what was going on with my guy. Like, I begged
That's
my
so
mom to
sick.
let me buy that so that I could read about Jake the Snake's progress. Because I'm like, he's got to come back. What are they gonna? What's he gonna do? He can't let this slide. Um, so it worked on me, man. That's all I can say. So
And listen, and a lot like it was fun for me. It worked on you, which was WWF's target
yeah,
audience at the time. A lot of the time, the crowd loved it. And if you look at the picture that I had up of the WrestleMania match, where the heck is it? Right here. Um, that crowd isn't just 6-year-olds.
right. That's
Like there's a kid, there's like one kid that I see in this part. I mean, these are the expensive seats, obviously, but
yeah.
how expensive were the expensive seats back then?
There,
But like, it's like there's just a bunch of adults that are really locked into this match. So like, I have to not look at this match in the framework or the mindset of a cynic in 2025 wrestling critic. It's
yeah,
like, yeah, that fucking dumbass French guy blinded the guy with the snake, so the guy with the snake wants to even the score and do a blindfold match. That makes total logical sense, man. And this is what a blindfold match would have looked like. Do you want them to get all unrealistic with the blindfold match and they can actually kind of touch each other? No, they're never going to find each other.
yeah,
Like, all right,
yeah.
all right.
So I wanted to take you back in time to this. It's fun. It's easy to watch. There's a guy who cut together all of the build up to the Survivor Series match at least. So those are fun segments. That's easy to find on YouTube. So that's it for this week. We appreciate everybody who listens. Like Andrew said, you can follow us literally on any social media, well, pretty much any social media app that you can find. We're on there. Follow us on YouTube. Keep an eye out for shorts and for TikToks that we're doing. Let us know if there's something else that you want us to cover. We appreciate all the listeners and the viewers of those things. Thank you very much.
Real quick, Dusty.
Yeah.
What do you think? No, what do you think? Which number do you think is higher? Okay.
Okay.
Jake the Snake Roberts' spouses in his life,
Okay.
or the amount of kidneys that Mean Gene Okerlund has had in his life.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I know that Mean Gene, notorious drinker, the Mean Gene.
I would have loved to drink with Mean Gene.
I'm gonna go kidneys for Gene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mean Gene got 3 kidney transplants.
Kidneys for Gene is also
3 of them.
Kidneys for Gene is also my one-man play that I'm trying to get mounted.
He was just burning through kidneys like an F1 car burns through tires, man.
Yeah, he could not care less. Like, please, this kidney belonged to my wife, who I love deeply, and he's like, 3 vodka martinis, please.
Yeah, you know what I love deeply.
Yeah.
Maker's Mark.
Yeah. that's I call it Mean Gene's mark, because they know it's coming home with me.
All right.
So yeah, thank you to everybody who listens. We appreciate you. We'll be back next week. You want to do Mysterio versus Guerrero next week, pending
yeah, unless somebody else dies.
Yeah, pending anything important bumping it.
Flair dies in 4 days. We're doing a Ric Flair episode.
So thank you, everybody. We are wrestling over everything. We're not what Kane was to Abel. They're the opposite.
No, we're just brothers.
Yeah.